My name's Andrea, and I'm from Random Lake, Wisconsin, and I'm 21 years old. I'm definitely a small town girl. I grew up on a farm my whole life, so I live in the country. But I do have friends that are from the city, and eventually I even maybe want to live there. I live on a real working farm, and we have about 200 head of cattle. We have horses, pigs, poultry, and it's really a lot of fun. But it also, there's a non-glamorous side. I mean, you have to round up cattle, give them shots, castrate pigs. Like, there's a lot of dirty work that goes into it. And then there's some of the more glamorous sides of riding horses, which is one of my favorite things. I'm pretty good with my outdoor skills. I've been hunting since I was 12 and fishing and camping. So I'm not actually as worried about the elements as I am more of the, the strategic part of the game. In terms of the elements, I think I'll be fine. I'm not too worried. I'm really competitive, and I'm also more of a perfectionist as well, that I get really down on myself if I don't achieve something. So that's actually one of the things that I really need to work on out here, is if I lose a challenge, I can't be so down and disappointed. I really need to bounce back. But just from everything I do in 4-H, in sports, and in high school when I was in sports and theater and socially, I just always want to be better than the next person. I'm a student at the University of Stevens Point in Wisconsin, and I'm actually majoring in theater and communications. So it's something totally different you wouldn't expect a farm girl to do, but it's almost kind of breaking away from the farm because I can always go back, and I'm very outgoing, energetic, so it's also a different mix of things that I like to do. People's first impressions of me is usually girly girl, unless I'm dressed in a way that reflects maybe a farm girl. I mean, I've been called Barbie, in high school before people even knew my background. They're like, you look like a Barbie. And so that kind of stuck, and I was like, I'm not a Barbie. But I think that people first, their first impressions is that I'm more of a girly girl. Girly girls do bother me a bit because, I mean, I guess if you're a girly girl and you work hard and really try to do stuff, I guess I'll accept that. But people that just kind of get by and get everything handed to them and are afraid to get their feet dirty, it is kind of a pet peeve of mine. I'm a pretty big fan of Survivor. I've seen all the seasons, and then when I found out I got cast, I rewatched them. And, I've been thinking a lot about different strategies and how the game has changed so much from, the first couple of seasons to heroes versus villains. It's a whole new ballpark. And so I'm really trying to think of, the applicable strategies for this season. I think that initially I need to prove that I'm not, a girly girl, and that I will get up early and do work, and I'll go fishing, and I'll try to really contribute to the team, and athletically I have a lot to prove as well, so that people will want to keep me around. And then by that time I'll have, I can find a tight alliance and play my social game. A lot of my strategy is just being myself, because I think that I do have a lot to offer a tribe, and being anything different than me would probably hurt me. It's usually, a younger, pretty girl or an older man or woman that gets voted out first. And unfortunately, in my tribe, there really isn't an old woman or an old man. I mean, there's an older lady, but she looks fierce. So, it's really, I need to really fight to stay in right away. And I don't know why that is. I'm assuming it's because, you look at a younger girl and she physically isn't as strong as these older men, and you think that she won't contribute in the camp, which hopefully, I can prove wrong. I think I'll win because I'm kind of a social butterfly, and I really want to fight to stay in this. And physically, I think I could surprise people as well. And I have a farm background. I'm hardworking, so I kind of know all the elements to stay in as far as I can. And I'm likable. I mean, I kind of have a friendly, flirty thing going on, and hopefully I can come up with a a tight alliance that can take me pretty far. And if I need to switch, I'll switch. I can make bold moves as well. I'm definitely going to have to remind myself that this is a game. You have to do what it takes. If you have to backstab with someone, you have to backstab someone, because I do genuinely like people, and I get to be friends with people, but I definitely have to keep reminding myself that, you could be friends with this person, but really when it comes down to it, they'll backstab you just as fast as you will to them. To be honest, I don't know if I really need the money as maybe as some other people do, but, it would be nice. I'm young. I've been saving all my money up for college, whereas I think other people are just handed money. A lot of people are handed money for college and other things, whereas I've been, working on the farm and selling my steers and pigs to raise money. And coming out of college, I'll have zero. So it would be nice to have, some money and save it up. Survivor's a big adventure, and I'm a very adventurous person, and it just seems like something that I I definitely think I can succeed at. And I do have a lot to prove, and I feel like a little bit of an underdog coming in, but I really believe in myself, and I think I can go all the way.